will go to Building B, where you will be allowed to go to the bathroom, visit your locker, and then report to your first period. The bathrooms will be open during class exchange, and you may visit the bathroom before going to your next class. Once you enter the classroom, you should be seated and be ready to work. It's very important to report to class promptly in order to avoid being tardy. These are the classes that you will be having as a 5th grade student at Collins. Reading, language, arts, math, science, U.S. history, and your flood classes. This is a picture of some of our students using the laptop computers for their reading, language, arts classes. And here they were working on a speech that they had to give in class. They were making a PowerPoint presentation, and then they had to present it to their classmates. Math, you can see the students are working with manipulatives, and that's something that's very important, and we try to do a lot of that with our students so that they can learn the skills that they need to be successful in math. Science class was using the laptops as well, and they were doing something on the computer called text steps. Have you all tried that this year? Okay, if you don't get to do that by the end of the year, you certainly will be using it next year. And in history class, we do a lot of geography and a lot of just old stuff, learning about the old things that happened a long time ago. These are some of the flow classes. Each flow class is a 45-minute period, and flow classes consist of physical education or gym, band, art, music, keyboarding, sign language, library science, and industrial arts. These classes are held in various locations on the school campus. This is what 5th grade hallway looks like between classes. And you can see that the students are coming down the hallway, and we try to keep it like a flow of traffic. You know how the streets are divided with a yellow line? We don't have a line in our hallway, but we try to go up one side and down the other as often as we possibly can. The locker schedule is on this slide, and there are 4 times to visit your locker during the day. Before first period, when you first arrive in the morning, before you go to lunch. When lunch is over, you can take your books back to get your lunches if you have cold lunch, and then before 7th period when you start your flow classes. Your first period teacher will ask you if you're eating hot lunch or have brought a cold lunch to school. This report serves as our daily attendance record. Students are dismissed for lunch immediately following the 6th period class. And once you're dismissed from 6th period, you may go to the cafeteria. In the cafeteria, if you're eating hot lunch, you're going to give your student ID. How many of you know your student ID number?
That's the number that you put in whenever you were taking the practice test, the writing.
It's a long number. It's got like 9 digits in it.
Usually
Great.
something 2.
If you know that number, then you are well on your way to being successful at Collins Middle School. In the cafeteria, again, like I said, you'll give that number if you're eating a hot lunch. And if you brought your lunch from home, you have a designated area for you to eat your cold lunch. And once you've eaten your lunch and cleaned up your eating area, you may go onto the playground. Administrators and teachers supervise the playground